future. I said I'm working on this new song. Check this out. And like Miss said, there are so many opportunities out there. Go out there, seize them, believe in yourself, and you will achieve. I did it with my students in Coney Island. We work hard every day. You can do it.
First thing I want to say is the person who said that feels that there's something wrong with the music industry. I feel like if you feel that there is something wrong with the music, change it. It starts with you. Meaning that there's more than those 25 songs that you hear on the radio every day. There's more hip-hop than that out there. And you don't hear it, you're not hearing it on the radio, so turn off your radio. Go and find out who else is making music. You know, there are other, and this goes back to education, you have to educate yourself about what's going on, because otherwise you will sit there and be a slave to what they want you to. I'm not saying that the industry is all bad, but this is all you hear, and there's much more out there for you to hear. There are other groups out there that you may have never heard of that are hot. You know, there's better hip-hop than people talking about their cars or degrading women or, you know, bragging. There's other things out there, and I think that it's up to you to expose yourself to that. I think it's also up to you to say, to be your own voice and say, you know what, I don't like this. Especially women, because females get degraded often and we have a tendency to accept what's there. We have a tendency to accept that every girl in the video has to be a stripper or damn near a stripper to be in the video. We accept that women are automatically seen as these girls who are leeches for these guys' money. We accept that, you know, we're groupies, instead of really understanding that there are women, there's strong, positive women in this industry. And you have to, you know, especially for you, you don't have to accept what these guys tell you your role is in this business. It's hard, and it's a really hard fight. It's hard to, it's hard to buck the system, but basically, as a female, it's like being black in America. You're going to buck the system your whole time in the industry. So you just got to deal with it. You know what I mean? But what it will do is it makes you a stronger person, just like being black in America. You got to work 3 times as hard or 10 times as hard to make the same amount of money or to get the same kind of status that someone else gets here. So it's the same thing, but it makes you a much stronger person, and it makes you a winner, a true winner, and you will have integrity beyond what other people even understand. And getting back to what Zaki was saying about education, it's important for you to do your research. I mean, just males and females, it's important for you to know hip-hop. If you want to be in hip-hop, you want to be a rapper, if you want to be a producer, if you want to be in this music, know this music. Don't let your history be, you know, Biggie is the oldest hip-hop artist that you know. You know what I mean? Like, know your hip-hop. Don't tell me, don't say you don't know who Rakim is, or you don't know who Paris One is, or you don't know who Grandmaster Flash is. Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Hip-hop is not that old for people not to know hip-hop. You know, and other people, other cultures, go research our shit. Excuse me for research our music. Learn it. Educate yourself. Become experts at it and take it from us. It's happened with every form of music that we've mastered. It's happened in jazz, it's happened in house music, which is not, house music only started like in the 80s, I think, or the late 70s. And already it's no longer our music or our culture. So if you want to be in this music industry and hip hop, you know, be responsible for it. And pretty much that's all I have to say.
One thing that I definitely want to touch on in regards to the industry and being in school. School is for a lot of functions. Definitely to learn to read, write, count, etc. But the years you go on in school, the most important thing is teaching you discipline, is teaching you like to be in a room, to be in a situation, and to be focused on one thing for more than 15 minutes. And it's also teaching you comprehension. And what is very crucial in this industry is understanding what is going on around you. I do work at Madeline right now in the marketing department, but because of being in the industry for over 7 years, I've also just started recently my own management company. And for reasons, I work with artists so many times who don't have any idea what they're doing, except to grab a mic, to sing, or to spit a rhyme. And it's not about that. Being an artist, 10% of it is about making music, 90% of it is business. Another thing I just want to touch on too, there are so many jobs in the music industry. I know a lot of people go around saying they want to be an artist, they want to be the person in front. It's great. If you have a love of music, if you are blessed from God with a voice to sing or to write rhymes or to, influence people that way, that's great. But there are so many jobs. Engineers in studios, all kinds of executive positions at record labels, stylists, dress people, makeup artists, hairstylists, choreographers, DJs. It's so many facets of this industry.
I just want to say you all are a beautiful group of young, beautiful people. You're truly blessed, and I'm not sure you really know. Listen to me. Listen, please listen. I'm not sure you really know how blessed and beautiful you truly are. Your offsprings and children of the Creator. And I wanted to say, we are in a very historic building, as you know. This is the Martin Luther King High School. And excuse me, it was just about 2-3 days ago, we experienced the 50th anniversary of a legal decision called Brown versus Board of Education. I'm sure you all studied that. Thank you for knowing about that. But that was a landmark decision, and in that decision, the essence of the legal ruling, and I'm a lawyer, so I want you to feel me on this. The essence of the legal ruling was about education and opportunity. And that's touched on it, Dougie talked on it, and we're all kind of talking about it, that when you have education, you have knowledge, and when you have knowledge, you have power. What does it mean really on a real simple level? Education is just simply train your brain. Build your mental muscle so that you can compete and you can think and that you can take opportunities and create choices. The choice I made in life was inspired by music, but I'm not a musician or an artist. I represent them. I represent them, and I represent artists that changed the world. I represent some of the greatest artists of all time that have changed the entire world. But more importantly, I represent you because I'm a part of you and you represent me. And I'm going to tell you, you also are going to represent that young sister Autumn. Because we're here because we care and we love you. And we are role models by what we do sets somewhat of a template of opportunities for you. But also, please feel this. What you do is going to set some of the opportunities for young ladies like Autumn and young children like my 2-year-old daughter. So we're connected. And I want you to understand we're connected. We're connected, yes, culturally, but beyond that, we're connected as people. When 911 came, they didn't care about what color of skin or what music you listen to. They don't care about that. This world is not about how well known any of us up on this panel, how well known we are. Because I will tell you, 95% of the people who you think are very popular, they have no real money. They don't make no real money. We're going to talk about that. It's not how famous you are. It's how fortunate your spirit and your wealth is. So please understand, it's not about popularity. It's really about how much information and character you really have. The world is governed by the marketplace. Understand this. Hold on. This is the biggest thing I want you to understand. The world, no matter what, is governed by the marketplace of your ideas.
Oh, come on. Say that again, man.
Everything in the world that exists today that comes to fruition started with an idea. That's why education is so important, because it helps shape your ideas. So for me, I said, how can I use my skills, my passion, to be positive and do something good? I found my calling, and that was a lawyer. I love my community. I love you. I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm very pleased to be. Y'all heard about Jay-Z and Bruce Ratton and all these people buying the New Jersey Nets and bringing them to Brooklyn? Well, I had a lot to do with that and with Jay bringing them to Brooklyn. In fact, I'm one of the owners of the team. Can you imagine? I grew up in a project in Brooklyn, lived in Bed-Stuy all my life, and now I'm one of the owners of the team, so y'all can think y'all can be owners. Jane now made y'all believe y'all can be owners. You can be whatever you want to be. You go to MLK, have your dreams, get your mind right, and let's make this money. Thank you.